Sorry? Recording. Okay, perfect. Am I still in focus?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. To begin with, I think there's a digital hand that is overlapping with the orientation thingy, which is the most disorienting part of this at this point. But once I've done with understanding it, I think having just one eye makes it one eye open makes it super comfortable to operate. Oh, I just realized it's shadowing my hand position. I feel relieved that I'm going to start again. Shari, what do you recommend that I do?
First steps.
This one? What?
The first column, the third one, I think.
This one?
First encounters.
This.
It's third one of this column.
Yeah. And I press A?
Press the trigger.
Okay. First encounters. Oh. The game gets oriented for where my head is. Unexpected. Okay. I like how I can drag my screen to my comfort position by just moving my head. I wonder if I can do the same thing with my hands. Set up your space. Yes, I would like to set up my space. Move around, identify the room. Scanning your room will help determine if this is a new or existing space. So how much should I move for it to understand that I've done with it?
I look at different areas. That is the outline.
Okay. I look at the wall. Oh, I look at the floor.
And confirm the floor if you think it's correct.
Oh, I need to point it. I think there should be other pointers. So outline the wall. Oh, I outlined the wall. I think I'm not going to go too far out. Oh, no. I want to reset. How do I reset? Reset. This is quite an interesting way to orient. I'm quite confused as to, because this is not a very, it's not a room I'm going to use all of it. So I'm going to make a design choice of orienting myself quite in a crooked way. Let's start with here. I'm orienting. I'm frustrated that my dialog box keep cutting off my field of view of what I'm trying to orient. I am again a little stumped here. I can see that there's a curved wall. As a studio, I think curved walls help maintain the sound balance of the room, but this is more designed for. Come here, come here. I feel like digital virtual environments kind of get out of hand quite quickly and gives a sense of disorientation that I'm not used to in real world. I wonder if there's any way that this design elements can be more to the pacing of how design software, design website called Canva would, which has a lot of ways it would just position all the pieces that auto align in such a way. That doesn't feel right. I'm a little disoriented by the distance from the farthest element uh, that I'm that I'm placing away from the wall, and the farthest element that I'm seeing in the roof to the element that is away. The objects don't have the same distance, or doesn't feel like they're the same distance. I think my little background in architecture helps in being comfortable with the mismatch, but I'm still not able to orient the space for. Okay, we have some form of a five-sided wall. I confirm. Quite a different way of using the headsets than just looking and clicking. I'm now feeling like this. It's a little annoying that if I have to have a pointer, the pointer is pointing as how I would point my finger. But if all I'm doing is pointing at something at my wall, I would want the pointer to be coming as a stick that is out of my hand. That way I'm doing this and I'm not doing this. I would like for it to automatically be something like this. But this is not the orientation where the pointer is pointing, which feels more natural, which feels more easier for me to move across the menu here. Which space is this? Given the space, unique living room, family room, I wanna go lower, secondary, primary, guest room, basement. Basement feels appropriate. Right. If you want to reuse the name, we'll have a replace the space. You will have to replace the space. Okay, other room. Uh, Basement feels appropriate. That's annoying. Outline room. Confirm. Familiar disorientation, but it's easier to just handle at the same time. It's not quite a natural way I can orient this room. It's not an instinctual way that this orientation occurs. Okay. It's very reassuring when I saw like how I've outlined the room and what I ended up looking at. But the timer here, I didn't read any of that. That was, I'm unsure if I've left out anything. Whiskey space. Catch as many as you can. That's the only thing I read in the last 2 minutes. Or not 2 minutes, few seconds of what I've seen. Am I going to catch this? Ah, this is a magical torch. The torch, when it's switched on, shows me another dimension of sorts. Huh. I have to orient for what? Ah, I'm catching these things. Ah, more I shoot the walls, it takes away from how I'm feeling into the environment much faster when I'm trying to shoot the walls. Just, oh, I have two guns. I, I see that there is a lot of these things here, and I'm just shooting just 'cause I can. Oh, I can shoot things far away. Huh. It's unclear because of the position that I am. Quite new to this. Trying to see the depth and the farness, how far I can reach with what I'm doing. I have some level of satisfaction because there's some visual progression that I can see, but I'm never too sure if I'm actually doing something right. Finally, I'm using some form of peripheral to. Takes away my sense of self awareness while I am trying to play the game. All I care about right now is just shooting. Feels like I'm doing a kids game that I've played ages ago, but a very immersive experience. Oh, things are gonna change. I can sense that. Quite an interesting game. Unsure as to how well I have performed. I've got about little less, little more than half of it. 183, 180, 90, 20 more than half. It's quite a great way to split my world. I can see the real world behind the digital realm. That is something that I've defined by myself. I am quite comfortable with the environment because I've defined it, because I got a sense of control of what I did. I did not feel I did not feel disoriented through this entire environment that I created because it slowly happened to me. I slowly realized as I shoot the walls, I am seeing into the virtual environment. But it felt more like me maybe breaking in some glass, maybe of a car or something that I cannot see. It's a very common experience to have two environments split by something that you cannot see, and once you break that environment or you open the door or you reveal, you can see past it. It's it's not disorienting me to see the different worlds here because of the comfort of what I've designed here, because I was given the ability. What I wonder right now is if I were to create this environment that is far more comfortable for me, if I can, if I can, I'm looking at it in two ways. One, can I hack the game where I can draw the environment to be smaller so I don't have to spend too many bullets on breaking up the walls? And the second, how it is going to be comforting for me if I draw it closer. Will I feel claustrophobic or not? I do see here that the microphone is not particularly overlapping, and the 3D positions of the light and other things that I can see here is not overlapped appropriately. It 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 would definitely be a problem if it is in the level of my head. If there is hanging chandeliers, I might be able to walk into them. I wish there was something that tells me that there are other things that are like overlapped here. So I'm avoiding them. I could have completely put my hands up, walked into the microphone. It did it did give me a false sense of security, which I think is more probably because of my first initial experience of me experiencing the Apple Vision Pro, then experiencing this, and using an external tool, I feel helps even if it is a poor tool, just because you have a tool and you depend on the tool to continuously function the same way. But your hands are not tools. Your hands are things that you use to use the tools. So it is kind of counterintuitive to want to just grab thin air all the time. I think there should be something that you interact with. Because if I can drop this and wave my hand around it, there's nothing happening, and there's very minimal interaction with that. But the interaction I had in Apple Vision Pro has restricted on how comfortable I am, while this has very specific like gyroscopes and other tech that's inside it that is exceptionally quick to what my hands are doing, and the two lines that are pointing out are telling me what exactly they are doing. I'm not disoriented about it. With the understanding that there might be some sense of false overlaps, that is something that I need to add to the bias I might have from how comfortable I am here. I need to operate with little more sense of not too much not too much of a bias of pessimism, but a healthy amount of having having a common sense of it's a headset. Assume to be able to fall and be comfortable with it, and don't have dangerous things lying around, or be very very safe irrespective of the comfort it's going to give. There could always be something that moves my headset away, disorients me in another way. So I'm feeling very very. It's one of my first few times wearing headsets to operate and function, irrespective of what I'm studying, which is simulation and immersive tech. I I feel like I need to build an inherent system of safety where I do not believe and trust the environment that the headset is creating as a virtual environment to 100%. Uh, One of the things that I intended to want was to have like a way to see what I'm seeing around me, like a 3D map of myself in the room while I'm in the room. Um, I still think that is something that I would really appreciate, because if if there's a mechanism that tells me where I am in a room, I would be super comfortable moving around with it. And if that mechanism can also tell me about things that are in front of me and above me, that would give me so much more reason to wear a virtual reality headset, because it is hyper orienting me than just giving me the fear of disorienting me for me to just have some fun. Think it need to be enablest at all moments of it. When I'm casually wearing it, it needs to be enabling me by giving me all the information that my eyes can receive of about my environment, and it should be able to guide my senses much more better. At the same time, when I'm having an entire an environment where I'm playing games, that sense of safety should not go away. Uh, but obviously, there's gameplay where people might say that's an easier way to win the game, and there should be ways to opt out of it or opt into that mechanism. But that mechanism not being here doesn't feel right. I'm confident in using this headset more comfortably because of the game that I've just played and how uniquely I can still know the limits of my environment, because I've not really shot the bottom of my floor, and I think it's harder for I think I use more it uses more bullets or ammo to hit the floor, because they are important aspects for orientation. But the roof isn't. I think I hit once and the part of it just breaks off. An intelligent design that I really appreciate and welcome. Um, yes, I think we can move on to the next one. Um, Sherry, do I click the quick.
Actually, do you because you mentioned like you wonder what if something something. Do you
Yeah.
want to redo this one and try a different way to interact with it, or try a different app?
Is there another kind of game that is very similar to this, or is
Yeah,
there?
there is one. So if you quit this, and that one actually has some hand control as well.
Yeah.
So if you quit, just press the Meta logo button
Yeah.
and then quit.
How do I quit?
Do you see a button saying quit next to the resume?
Oh, this quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You press that, and then
Oh,
click
each
on
of
the.
this is a individual.
Yeah, you can close this windows.
This one.
The other one as well.
Yeah.
And then click on the 9 dots on the menu. Do you see? Yeah. Look for first steps for Quest 2. Yeah, you can search as well. First steps.
Is that a voice thing? No. I was assuming that there would be a voice, and every time I press the button, I feel a little fear that I might lose the controller because the actionable is a little too big. If it's like a tiny button, I would be more comfortable doing it. But every time I press the entire button for something to happen, feel like I need to hold it like this and do it. But I'm not too sure if it's a good way to go about things. First, what am I typing?
First steps. I think you can already see it. First steps for Quest 2.
First steps for Quest
The
2.
fifth one.
I'm gonna try typing
The
again.
second one.
Oh no, it's now. So if I'm typing with the trigger is early. STE.
The second one in the list.
I'm still not comfortable typing because the trigger is too early and I need to be very soft about it. Causes me a little anxiety. Complete presses are fine. Ooh. I wish I knew that my entire environment was going to disappear. I see a loading screen in front of me that I wish helps me understand what I'm doing. I actually don't remember what I clicked, but I see something very beautiful. An entire environment being created around me. I think there's a circle around me that I'm not going to. Oh, I can't see my legs, so I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do. Whoa. I'm excited to see what this is going to be. Yeah, this feels like a movie. If I'm in the movie, I feel like the future is here. There's a path in front of me that I think I should take. I'm excited. If this is a movie, I'm sold. I wanna see what the movie is gonna be about. Music is really helping me feel really comfortable and hopeful. Hey, I have digital hands.
After this tutorial, you'll be ready to explore.
I'm excited about my digital hands. Orients me. Wish
It's time to learn about your Oculus Touch controllers. Now, try pressing all of the glowing buttons with your thumbs.
B, A, this click. Yeah, what else do you want me to do?
See the other thing.
Oh, these two.
Try moving the thumbsticks around. The thumbsticks can also be pressed like buttons. Next, use your index fingers to squeeze the triggers on your controllers.
I was actually confused a moment when it asked me to press the buttons. I did press the buttons here, and had I kept pressing it, I really wish it told me that go look at your other hand. I realize like designers sometimes feel like they shouldn't be spoon feeding, but when someone's disoriented, they're just going to be limited by the disorientation that they felt in the beginning. Asking them to go forth and figure out new things is something that might be a negative experience in my opinion.
Locate the grip buttons and squeeze them with your middle fingers.
Locate the what? Locate the grip buttons and squeeze them with your middle finger. Middle finger, yes.
Now let's see what your virtual hands can do.
That took a lot of time for me to orient. Okay. So see,
To make a
now
fist,
I just
squeeze
have
the grip with your
Lego
middle
hands.
finger and hold it down.
And Lego hands are not that great. Squeeze the grip to make a fist.
To point, keep squeezing the grip and just lift your index finger.
Would seize my finger too, or does it touch it? So until I touch it, it doesn't feel it. Oh, it actually sees it. So I can touch it and it feels like I'm doing it.
Now use your index finger to push the button in front of you.
I'll use index finger to push the button in front of you. Just a little scared as to how far the floor is. Oh, I think I did something new. I think I'm in a table in front of me, and not being able to see my feet feels a little off. Okay, that was that was a little too scary. I like how it's orienting me and it's spinning for what I'm looking for. And it's orienting itself for what I'm trying to do. So anytime I'm putting my body there, it moves away. I'm having a human experience. I'm getting a call. I wonder what happens if I try to go take my phone. Would it doesn't show me? I cannot see it. I cannot see who's calling me. Trying to see through the nose cap that I have here. It's my mom. I think I'm gonna take it later. But I think if there's a rectangular phone screen, I should be able to see that. It's kind of a basic requirement, if, in my opinion. I'm sure anyone who designed this would have gotten a call while they're using it. So I push the button with my index finger. I don't have to press anything in this, so I understand
With your middle finger. Try reaching out and grabbing one
middle
of these plugs.
finger. I wish my fingers were lit to tell me which finger I'm holding, because middle is something, a finger is something, middle finger is a specific thing. So I'm trying to retrieve the understanding of what a middle finger is, then spending an extra moment orienting for it, then realizing I need to use it. And I don't see my middle finger, I see a digital whatever this is. And I have to trust my instincts, that I have to trust the sense of my internal positioning of where my body is at any point for me to be able to do this. And it's a little frustrating to be able to want to do that. And more frustrating to not know where my legs are. Because that's how you position yourself. When there's a table around you, I wanna hold this table and just feel where I can put my legs. I'm a little disoriented by the place that I stand. Maybe if it vibrated as I move through the table, I would feel more confident that I'm being oriented. Squeeze the grip handle too.
Release the grip button to drop it.
That didn't
Your
work.
virtual hands can do just about anything. Go ahead, play with some of these items.
All I want to do is catch it. Oh, it spawns. Welcome back. So if I'm close enough to grip it, I think I should be able to grip it. Feels like a design flaw that I'm not annoyed, but feel hey, do a better job kind of thing. I'm holding. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. Oh, it's asking me to do a very specific thing now. I think anytime when there's a direction on what I'm supposed to do, I wish there was more visual elements telling me that I can go do other things with it. I love playing table tennis. I'm gonna start with trying to grab with middle finger. So I'm here, my middle finger not lit up, and there's no design for it to be lighting up. But I wish when I go close to it, it just says I can grab it. Also, I cannot see the camera, and I'm assuming my camera is still here. I have no way to orient myself. I could be subtly off angle and keep doing this, and my only orientation for this room is the orientation of how my digital environment is, and me feeling comfortable with how it was previously oriented. So if the previous orientation is still sticking, it still understands I'm in the same space, and if I'm in the same space, things are going to be oriented to the same angles, and hence probably I'm in the right spot. And yeah, middle finger grab again. Yes, middle finger has a great grab. Let's go. That was a little too harsh. I think let's grab this little slower. Ooh, that element I want to hit again. Yes. I wonder what happens if I let see. Had I known the mic was there and realized the mic was there, I would have not touched it. I just touched the mic, and I'm not sure if I should continue. There's a sense of realization that I need to go back to the same confirming beliefs I had before, which is always act with the understanding that the environment is not real, and have your defenses of if you're gonna fall, be ready for it. Don't 100% go into the virtual world, because if your real world repercussions apply in the real world, and the virtual world is just that. Reacting to this world has real world consequences, and I need to be always aware of it. It's not a sense of doom, but it's a sense of new form of repercussion. It's like something you would realize when you are about to fall. Like it's a familiar sense because you've fallen before, so you're gonna fall. You're like, oh, I'm gonna catch myself. So it's a sense of I realize that this environment is not just fun but also dangerous, that I need to be cautious of, and a very specific way of cautious. It's it's potentially going to always lie to you about what you're seeing, and your experiences, while valid, might not be uh, relevant to the safety that it lets you feel. So, for better rockets. Okay, so now we're going to use both our hands, and I need to remind myself I can let go of this hand thingies and defend myself if I go into a tumble. Having reminded myself that, I'm going to grab these two. Spawn faster. I wish the ball spawned faster, and I have no way to retrieve the ball fast enough. So now I'm just going to just slap the ball, so it spawns again. Oh, so I just realized if I do not use the way this ball needs to function for a normal hand, which is a complete grasp. If I just do this, I can flick the ball out. How did I do it? Yeah. happened once before. Yeah. How did that happen before? The last time I did a finger flick.
Looks like you're getting the hang of it. Here's a few more to try.
I'm sensing this feeling of remembering that when it's asking me to do new things, I need to be cautious of the environment that I'm just feeling. So when new things appear, when I'm not, so it's telling me that I'm getting the hang of it, while I feel like I'm not getting the hang of it, which is not my experience. I am getting used to it, but I don't feel like I'm getting the hang of it just yet because of the all like one positive, one negative, one positive, negative experience. And at some level, it is also not like a consistent experience because I was able to flip the ball accidentally. I don't know how it happened, but I can grab it and think I can. I feel like this virtual environment can be a rage room as well. Okay, this one makes something fly. I'm having a handler that has no hands. I mean that I have a handler that operates a hand. I can use that digital hand to take a actual digital operator. So I'm holding a hand that's holding a hand that's holding. Sorry, I'm holding. Wait, let's start there again. I'm holding a physical device that makes a digital hand. That digital hand is holding a digital device. So, great work, Meta. Really metaing it. So I have to hold the middle finger, I think. If I don't, it drops it. So, this, as a consequence of what I'm doing, gives me exceptionally more grip. And this is a trigger. I can hear a gas. Oh, come to me, come to me. Okay, I'm gonna drive it straight down into the floor. This is a hot air balloon kind of miniature thing. I'm driving it into the ground so it crashes and appears here. Ta-da! I think the orientation and the properties of how the game is designed or the virtual environment is designed helps me understand I can operate it in a very specific way, that it helps me expect things and it's operating to its design and it's comforting to it, but I feel like I need to be very aware of the fact that there's probably a mic somewhere here. Where are you? Yeah, somewhere here. So again, I wish I was either reminded of my environment or at least having more elements that showcase that there's something there, because it really is interesting for me the camera probably is here. I'm orienting my physical self with a physical object to the camera that I'm seeing in front, but I'm only doing that with no sight. A person with no eyes doing this and me doing this would probably be a very parallel experience. The difference is the blind person can imagine something and I'm having live render of another virtual world in front of me. Moving on. Hold grip with middle finger to grab. Again. Grabbing, pull tap to release. Great. This again is making me want to use two hands at the same time. ignoring the real world, reminding myself that there's other things that are happening, but thank God there's no real world impact to this. I want to close my eyes because it's a real world thing, but I want to also not react to it because it's a virtual environment. There's a light bleed here that shows my actual hand, gives me a sense of security, and I feel like the one of the ways I'm reminded of one of the ways the the website and the messaging app Discord is designed. Discord was initially trying to be a streaming service of sorts, or like was not intended to be a messaging service, but everyone else were misusing that website to be a messaging service. I think the misuse here is to get a sense of where my hands are using the light blade that I have in my like headset. But it gives me so much sense of security that I think I would recurringly use it here to get a better sense of safety about my experience. And I kind of forgot about it, that I can do that to orient myself to the real world. Uh, Feels very comforting to know that I can do that now. Alright, back to the digital world. I have a hold of this and I can pull the tab. I can hear something and it gives me a sense of, there's a micro vibrations as well, which I can experience. I wonder how much I can pull to feel this, and feels like I'm gonna have an interesting experience. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, I wanna aim for one of the I'm sure they did this before. Oh. Ah, let's try that again. One more try. It's quite an interesting thing that I'm doing. All I have are controllers in my hand, but I have a rocket, a controller of a controller. I have a hand that is controlling a thing. It's a 6-point difference. I'm thinking about my hand, my actual hand that is controlling a device, that is controlling a digital hand, that is controlling another digital device, that is controlling another digital thing. It quite literally is similar to something that I said the other day. There's no friend of a friend of a friend. It's just a friend. There's no friends, like it's there's no multiple layers of existence. Just either you're living in a simulation or you're not. And this feels very similar to that. See, I just felt a sense of confusion here because when I dropped this, it made this sound of dropping, and I was confused if I actually dropped my actual controller to the floor. There's this overlapping sense that I feel like I will get used to this, but I'm not sure I want to get used to it. I actually had more hopes for that. Again, real world has real world consequences. I need to be very cautious.
When you're ready to explore some new VR worlds, insert a cartridge into the console.
I'm frustrated by the overlap of trying to have physical things that represent physical things in the physical world in digital environments to create an experience that might be misleading to me. Again, real world has real consequences is something I'm reminding myself. 1A looks like I want to have more of an authentic hand while I speak. So this is a shooter game. This looks. I wonder how my hand looks. I'm looking at the light plate that I can see here with what I'm doing. Am I oriented correctly? Oh, this is the camera. I've been talking to the light. Uh, that was very humbling to know that I've been completely looking at the wrong thing while I'm speaking. My initial assumption of how the game is oriented is completely wrong. Again, real world with real consequences means I need to not trust the virtual world. I wish there was a way I could interact with this environment to let it know that it's not doing a good job. Okay, I'm gonna try this because I did the whoop whoop shoo shoo shoo.
When you're ready to explore another virtual world, insert the cartridge into the console.
I thought I just did. Oh, I'm supposed to stay there instead of pressing the button, huh? Very interesting way that this behaves. My hand, when I don't make a fist, moves, but I make a fist, I can hold it. Oh, yes. Makes more sense. I can hold it, so a sense of comfort, but I need to remind myself that this place is not something I can move around too much. Think I need to check the real world. Something's there. Probably nothing. So I put it down. Hello. I'm very concerned to how, because it feels like this like a dance room environment, and I do not want to hit something. I'm very concerned about where I am. Shake dance. I shall shake. My hands are vibrating. I feel like the environment is going to make me do things. I'm cautious, but I can hear music that makes me feel comfortable. Move your hands, sure. The digital thing has, again, I cannot move my hands too much. I have to remind myself that. Nah, I don't want to do this. The sense of security that I feel is not something I want to feel here. It's quite
When
scaring
you're
for
ready
me.
to explore another virtual world, insert the
I think I'm
cartridge
gonna
into
do
the
the
console.
this game. It's easier to use the thing because this thing automatically reacts with your hand. So digital hand. So feels comfortable that I can do that. I'm sensing this sense of this is how things are going to be. Like the sense of comfort has sat in, which is something that I should be more comfortable that it has happened, that I'm used to the space. But I've, in my own count, 3 or 4 times touched something that I shouldn't be touching because that is just misleading. That's misleading safety. Let's do double guns. No. Very futuristic. Very feels very futuristic. What happens when I drop? That happens. My aim is off. My target aim thing is bad at aiming, I feel. So my hands need to be very tightly held, huh? I realize that my aim is not so good here, and I wonder what I can do to make it better. Before my sense of comfort has like settled about my aiming, or if I can even orient myself better, I've, I've I'm done. I'm gonna try this again with one gun now. Feels like my sense of real life understanding of how oh shit my how guns work and how aiming could be improved kind of kicked in, and I feel that helps more than anything. Taking experiences from real world is what I think is the best way to go about functioning in this game right now. And all of the digital environment have real consequences of things. The bullets don't fly through the tables, so it makes me understand how this digital environment is being oriented for the game. Let's go. I want to play again. I wish it understood that I was trying to do that. I was trying to hold the gun and still press the button, which is something I would do, which is hold something and still interact with it. I can hold coffee in my hand, still put my pinky out and press it. So it's not something that I expect to not do. And it's kind of frustrating that I'm not able to comfortably be able to do that. Oh, again, real world. I'm frustrated that I keep hitting the mic. I'm glad my aim has increased. I think I'm depending more on my peripheral now. Oh, than before, and I understand how I can orient myself and what's potentially going to happen in each level. And that sense of security is what I'm able to use for orienting better. Not particularly any other sense. But I do keep wondering how much have I moved that I have disoriented myself, that that I'm that I'm here, that I'm doing something that is a little too close to somewhere I might be dangerous.
Okay, Harry, we might stop here.
Yeah, I think so too. I was just about to
Yeah.
do that.
It's just gone 12 now, so I've got to run to a class.
That's correct. Oh,
So
yes, that's another thing. I did not realize the time had passed.